Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Geomologist Presents. We close out week one of RPG A Day 2025, day seven, with the prompt journey. Streamrolla, what does the journey mean to you in the context of our hobby?
Well, it means just about every adventure we're on. You pick it up in the tavern, your message as to what your journey is going to be to find the motive, to find the ancient things with your patron on your heels there. That pretty much wraps up the week in
Yeah,
one word, which is journey. But I mean, the forefront of it is the journey to complete the task, I guess. So, for instance, in One Ring, we're journeying to try and solve problems or journeying to try and find out where the darkness is. Or in Twilight 2000, we were journeying from area to area for safety and to save people, gather allies. Or in Traveler, we're journeying in our Traveler game to help the archaeologists find their dig.
yeah, it's like the
Different, I
I
mean,
I enjoy games where the journey is the adventure, right? I
mhm.
speak going to Traveler first, or speaking to Traveler first. I'd ask my players in my ongoing Traveler game if they want me to just like fast forward to where the adventure is going to take place, and like no way, we want to jump from system to system because I love something random might happen, and that's where the adventure is, journeying across, the subsector or whatever. And you guys haven't experienced that yet in Legacy of the Ancients, but hopefully at some point you will, be jumping from system to system. If you get a ship, there's always a
Yeah.
ship, and start that part of the journey. I love in One Ring where there is a mechanic and uh for journeying, and it's a really nice system that things happen throughout the journey, and the journeys can be wearisome and dangerous and wear you down. So then when you get to the place of adventure, I mean, it's part of the adventure phase, but when you get to the adventure, you might be in bad shape or you'll be in good shape depending on how you guys do. And I love that mechanic and that part of it because it makes the journey, and the mechanic feel part of the adventure. I love exploration, and don't want to get ahead of myself with the next prompt, but you know, in our AD&D campaign, journeying from place to place. It doesn't have to be like we do an adventure, then we train like sort of off camera. But even the training has been part of the adventure, and that's the journey, of your training is the journey through your career, right? So I think that's pretty cool. I like most of these games where we do that. And like you said, Twilight 2000, again, journeying from place to place to see what to do and experience and random encounters, right? As part of
Mhm.
the journey. I think it, I mean, you could, there's some adventures, or a lot of sometimes an adventure will start in medias rest, but I think the journey is part of it. The explore, journeying from one locale to another is part of the
Well,
adventure.
what about in your Star Wars game? You've told me that they journey from light year to light year and
From no,
planet
they
to planet and
Yeah, I mean, but see, it's interesting is that in Star Wars, I think that's a good contrast actually, because Star Wars, like, the timeline, it goes at the speed of the plot, right? Hyperspace is just a plot device to get from point A to point B. You really don't travel, it's like one stop, right? You don't go to multiple stops to get to where you're going. You're on Tatooine, and then you're, you know, on Alderaan, and then you're, captured by the Death Star, and then you fly to and for Yavin, right? So it's not, you know what I mean? It's not like we see what's in between. We just go straight there, which is different than, going point to point in between adventures, but having an adventure while you go from point to point, right? The random
hmm
encounter, like you guys fighting those sea trolls, right?
hmm
On the way to your training place in AD&D. So
right. And we had I can't think of which game it was, but we were playing a test game where we were journeying, and I believe it was cohorts, right? we were journeying in the Roman countryside and we were attacked or we were getting out of harm's way, but we were definitely journeying out of Rome.
Hmm.
I think we might have been kidnapped. I had a hairpin. I remember that.
Yeah.
A hairpin to death. But at the same time, I mean, we've played other games like the Transformers or G.I. Joe games, and we've definitely journeyed there.
Yeah. I mean, you, like you said, you jump from place to place as opposed to, well, to me, I think, yeah, I mean, you're looking at it as like we jump from place to place and the scene changes. And I'm looking at it, I think that to me, the getting from place to place, that in between time is part of the fun.
Like in Dune, when
Yeah.
we played Dune.
Mhm.
Mhm.
All right. Well, cool. Well, that has been a fun week so far, and we'll see you as the RPG a Day 2025 continues.
Good night.
Good rolling.